Good day, my name is Isha. This is a reassessment video addressing a few concerns that my teachers has brought up. So the first thing we'd like to discuss is breathing. As we all know that Pilates is a breathing and exercise regime. In Pilates we do something called lateral breathing. That is when you inhale, you take all the oxygen towards your lungs, expand your ribs all the way around to your back, and when you exhale, you contract your ribs, letting the airflow out, feeling your ribs move towards each other. Okay, that's what's called lateral breathing in Pilates. The second thing I'd like to discuss is the head and neck placement and alignment. Okay, so basically it's very simple. Just keep your head above your shoulders. All right, so just imagine that you're holding an apple between your chin and your collarbone, facing forward. What this does is literally just elongate your spine all the way back, keeping your spine straight, imagining that there's a string pulling you from the top of your skull, so you're sitting upright and your head is above your shoulder, to avoid hinging forward or pulling it backwards, which might cause tension and injury towards your neck. This is what we don't want during the exercises. The third thing I want to discuss is the scapula, or the shoulder blade placement and alignment. Okay, so basically, because the shoulder is a very flexible bone, the shoulder blade very flexible, it is only attached to a lot of muscles joining to the body by one joint. Therefore, it allows for a lot of movement. We can protract, pushing the shoulders forward. We can retract, pushing it back. This is when now the shoulder blades move towards the spine, and we can elevate them and depress. All right. It allows for upwards and downwards movement as well. But because it is so flexible, it is prone to many injuries. Therefore, it is important during this process of exercising to keep it strong and stable throughout exercises. But how do we do that? Just keep your hands forward for me, draw them towards the front, and your palms facing each other. I don't know if you can see, but my ear is not aligned to the shoulder. So how do I do that? I need to roll it back and down. In this instance now, my ear and shoulder are aligned. My shoulder blades are not protruding, and they are sitting stable and strong. This is what I want throughout the exercises. The last thing I want to discuss before we start with the exercises is the lumbar spine and alignment placement. This I'd like to demonstrate to you guys. Okay, so just lying flat on the mat. We have a natural curve on our lower back. If I just lift my top and I place my hand under there, my hands are cold, but my hand can get in there, all right? So it allows for the head to just flow inside the lower back. This is called the natural position or the natural spine, okay? But now if I draw my belly towards my spine, meaning I am now contracting or engaging my abdominal muscles, pulling my lower back towards the mat and tilting my pelvis, okay? Now I've pushed down my lower back towards the mat, and there'll be no space between the mat and my lower back. Hence, when I try to put my hand inside, it will not go through. This is called imprinting. All right, those are the 4 things I want to discuss before we start with our exercises. So the first exercise that we're going to do is called the rolled over with open legs. This exercise mainly focuses on abdominal muscles to strengthen and develop the control of them. It also articulates your spine, stretches your hamstrings and lumbar spine. Take note that when we roll back onto our shoulders, most of the weight should rest on our shoulders and not on our neck. Okay, so we need to be very careful when doing this exercise. I'm going to request you to just lie supine, feet on the mat, knees bent, hands alongside your body, palms facing down. Take a deep breath in and draw your knees towards your chest one by one, okay? Exhale, extend your legs 45 degrees off the mat, okay? Take note to keep your shoulders stable on the mat and your neck and head placement as discussed, all right? From here, take your knees 90 degrees off the mat. Your toes should be pointy, meaning they are plantar flexed, all right? We're going to inhale to prepare. On our exhale, you will draw your toes towards your head, pushing down the mat with your palms, lifting your hips off the mat peeling it off slowly and controlled. All right, let's go. Finding your legs parallel to the mat, you are now going to part them slowly, just shoulder width, and then dorsiflex your feet, and if you can, draw them towards the floor. Take a deep breath in this position and exhale, roll back down, articulating your spine back onto the floor, vertebra by vertebra, until you find yourself in your starting position. All right, now place your hands under your thighs and roll yourself onto a sitting position. That is called the roll over with spread legs. Okay. The second exercise you're going to do is called the teaser. The teaser focuses on your abdominal muscles, back extenders. Okay. It helps with control and mobility of the spine as well. I'm going to request you to sit upright, knees bent, feet on the mat. All right, hands just under your thighs. Take a deep breath, okay, and curve your back. Okay, so this is flexing your spine, and just maintain the neck and alignment. So look at your knees and hold the tennis ball between your chin and your collarbone. Exhale, lift one leg off the mat, and then lift the other leg off the mat. You are now sitting on your tailbone. Finding your balance in this position, okay? Remember to keep the flexation and your shoulders not protruding as well. From here, extend both hands, palms facing each other, all right? Inhale and extend one leg and then the other leg. Exhale and count for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. The next exercise we'll be doing is called the rocker with open legs. All right, so the rocker focuses on your back extenders and abdominal muscles. It assists in improving your balance and spinal mobility as well. So I'm going to request you to sit upright, place your feet on the mat, knees bent, hands on your thighs just behind close to your knees. Okay, you're going to inhale. On your exhale, flex your spine, curving it into a C shape, drawing your chin towards your chest. Okay, looking at your knees. Take care not to keep your scapula or your shoulder blades not to protrude. All right, so exhale, lift one foot off the mat and lift the other foot off the mat as well. You are now sitting on your sitting bone or your tailbone, keeping your balance throughout this exercise. Okay, and then from here onwards, you'll inhale to prepare. Remember to keep your flexation and your curve on your back as you're going to roll back from your lumbar spine towards your shoulder. Make sure not to reach your neck as you roll down. So inhale to prepare. On your exhale, roll back down and come back to your starting position. All right, we're going to do it one last time, and let's roll. Roll, finding your starting position. Okay, so if you want to challenge yourself, you will extend one leg and extend the other leg. Okay, and gliding your hands towards your calves. If you can hold your ankles. Okay, but this is where I'm at right now. So as straight as you can, keep the legs apart, shoulder width apart, and your toes pointed as well. And keep your arms strengthened in this exercise. Okay, we're going to inhale to prepare. On our exhale, we're going to roll back and then come back again to this starting position. So inhale to prepare, exhale and roll. Finding this position again, keeping your arms lengthened and your legs straight, and inhaling and rolling back again. Inhale and roll. Exhale, back to the starting position again. There's a lot of shakes here, but that's good. And relax. So the next exercise we're going to do is called the corkscrew. The corkscrew also assists with your abdominals and back extenders. It strengthens your neck, shoulders, and abdominals, and stabilizes your pelvic area. All right, so I'm going to request you to extend your legs straight, okay? Feet pointy, meaning they're plantar flexed. You're going to lie supine, facing the ceiling, arms next to your body, palms facing down, okay? You're going to imprint, keeping your shoulders on the mat and relax at all times. Take a deep breath, exhale, raise one leg to 90 degrees, all right? And raise the other one to 90 degrees, okay? Inhale to prepare. On your exhale, drop your legs on a circular motion towards the left-hand side, keeping your shoulders on the mat and not moving. Only the lower body will be moving. And exhale your legs up to the top. Okay, let's do it again. Inhale, drop down in a circular motion. Remember to keep your feet pointy. Exhale all the way up to your starting position. Okay, let's do the other side now. Drop your legs in a circular motion, keeping shoulders on the mat, relaxed at all times, and exhale all the way up. One last time. Inhale and exhale and relax. So the next exercise we'll be doing is called the side leg kick. All right, the side leg kick deals with hip flexors and improving the flexibility of the hip flexors, and also assists with abdominal muscles as well. Okay, so I'm going to request you to lie full length on your side, leaning on your elbow, locking your head on your hand. All right, so just make sure that you do not hyperextend. Ensure that you have proper view of your toes, keeping your hand on your mat for stability, but if you can hold the back of your head, but I'll keep mine here. Okay, so just lift your top leg hip length and dorsiflex your foot. All right, on the inhale, swing your leg forward and pulse it twice. 1, 2, and take it back. On the exhale, inhale, swing it backwards, pulse, 1, 2, exhale, bring it back. Let's try it one last time. So inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, and exhale. All right, so I think we're done with the exercises that needed to be addressed for this particular video. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you so much.